Hey, James, can you hear me?
Oh yeah,
All
just can't.
right, we're back.
Probably got to restart your camera.
Wonder what we could do to protect against this sort of thing. I'll have to talk to Sparky about it. We got shut down. Were you on here the other night when we got shut down a couple of times?
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's really no.
Yeah, Minnesota Mike's back. How do they shut us down anyway? You have any idea how you could shut somebody else's stream down?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Minnesota Mike says Spammer got you good. Yeah, he did, Mike. And that happened. That's not the first time either. So we're
See,
going
like,
to
I don't see Minnesota Mike at all.
Hope the other guys will come back. I hope I get some.
I don't even see you or Mike.
What do you mean you don't even see me?
Like,
I'm black. Oh, crap. It's been doing that. Hang on. I know how to fix it now. Turn the camera off and turn it back on, and I usually pop back up. Can you see me now?
Yep.
All right.
You said like Minnesota Mike. I don't even see him unless he's in the chat.
He's in the chat. Yeah, he's got internet.
The YouTube chat. Yeah, I got YouTube shut down.
Yeah, Mike's got internet problems. Yeah, so it says we got one viewer. I guess that's Mike. But everybody, the link is in the chat box at the right to come into the video, and also I posted a new one in at the bench on Stunt Hanger too. So either one of those links will get you in. Yeah, I'm kind of uninspired today too. Just going to the beach. I got overly relaxed and hadn't quite got back in the groove yet. Hey Charles, how you doing there, bud?
Oh, was it the NP guy again?
No, it was another name. I didn't see what it was, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't that. But it could be the same person with a bunch of different names.
Was it the NP guy again?
No. I have no idea how they go about shutting down their stream, but I'll talk to Sparky about it and see if we can come up with something, some kind of protection. And when I get off with y'all, I'll also Google it and see if anybody on the forums is talking about having the same problem.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. You know, we're not hurting anybody, just talking, and someone has nothing better to do than to create havoc. You know,
it's hard to believe you couldn't think of something. It's hard to believe you couldn't think of something better to do than that. Jeez.
I know. It's inconvenience us.
Yep.
What you doing? Wrapping lines?
Yeah, I'm trying to get all set up. I haven't made any lines in quite some time. When I was doing it often, I had a pretty good setup, so I'm just trying to reassemble all the pieces.
Yeah.
Honestly, what I have here is a
oh, just a little wire wrapping tool. That's pretty cool.
Yes, I use this to wrap the wires.
Did you make that?
I have the exact same thing, and
fishing, fly fishing bobbin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a fly fishing bobbin, and then I have a fly fishing clamp pointing to it over here. Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I use.
But I'm told it ain't as good as other people's, but if it does the job, that's all that matters.
Yeah, so I have a vise here that to my right, and then I have a fly fishing clamp as well. You know, one day I'm gonna make a video and show people how I do it. Maybe someone might really appreciate it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
that's the one thing I'm kind of freaked out to do is to actually wrap the lead outs out the wing, you know, because I have the biggest fear of not having them lined up perfect.
It's not hard to get them lined up perfect. Oh, you mean the lengths at the when you finish?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, that is. I mean, just a quarter of an inch or an eighth of an inch. I don't even. You know, you can't even have that much.
And I mean, I use Tom Morris lines, you know, and so them things are like dead on perfect.
They are. That's where I get all of mine too.
And so, you know, if the lines are perfect, but the lead outs ain't.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good thing about having, you know, an adjustable control horn or coupling or whatever, you know, to where you can fix it. You can fix it if need be.
Yeah, I mean, even if your lines are off and your lead outs, the fact that like when I make my lines, I pattern myself after Tom Morris. I make them spot on. So when I'm at the flying field, I can go from like, you know, 60, 61, 62, 63, up to 66 feet without having to reset neutral. Because all my lines are spot on.
Yeah, that's the way it's got to be.
Because part of my flight trim is I'm trying to get the optimal performance out of the engine. So wherever it wants to be, you know, where it's happiest and gives me the most power. And then from that standpoint, then I adjust the lines. And then a finer adjustment would be I adjust the pitch of the prop. And all that is to get it so that I have the plane at the optimal speed, you know, not going as fast as possible, obviously, but I can stay in the 4.2 brake engine run, and I have, you know, 5.2 lap times. So I just set everything up to get it so it's in there, but it's really around the motor that I do that. And it takes time, and it's convenient to not have to reset neutral every time I change lines.
I guess I really ought to make up a bunch of different line sets so I can do like you do and tune the plane speed, but I just kind of fly it like it flies on 60 or 62. That's the only ones I carry. I got a 58 that I've never used. So I got a 58, a 60, and a 62.
I mean, once I find the optimal line length, I mean, that's it for the life of the plane.
Mm-hmm.
So it just gives you just that luxury of just finding out, you know, because ideally when I get the engine to run where it's at for speed, I will adjust the speed with props. So I don't really want to needle. I don't want to adjust the needle very much, unless it gets from like in the morning it's cool, and then in the afternoon it's hot. I might need to needle in a little bit more. But some people,
yeah, as it gets hot. But you want wherever your needle setting is, you want the engine where it's on its perfect power curve. You know, you don't want to try to adjust the speed of the plane with the needle, because
right, so the plane with the prop and with line length. Yeah, and that's how I keep the engine as happy as it possibly wants to be, and then I just line length, prop pitch to get the lap speed I want. And I try to, I don't know if it's really to my advantage, but I try to find the longest line length that I can fly on. I mean, to me, it makes the maneuver a little bit slower.
Yeah.
You can give vision. You go on shorter lines, it's just, you know, the maneuvers are quicker.
What about in the wind? I mean, do you commonly fly when it's a calm days? I don't know what the weather's like where you fly.
Yeah, where I fly, it's I didn't measure the wind today, but I think my wind was somewhere around 9 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's a nice wind to have at your back if it's steady.
Yeah, which mine's not. I fly amongst some trees.
Yeah.
Back interior, all right.
You got little twisters coming through when you fly. Yeah. Hey, Terry.
Hey.
Well, yeah, I was just talking to the other guys when they came back on. Last week, we got knocked off by a spammer. I have no idea how they stop our stream like that, but going to have to talk to Sparky about it and see if there's any kind of precautions we can take to keep people from logging in. I can't see.
Yep.
I know you can restrict it and keep just anybody from signing in, but I want just anybody that sees us that's interested in what we're talking about. So I can't know you know, and who somebody is when they, or if they, you know, when they email us and let us know they want in or what. That just wouldn't be a good idea.
Yeah,
Now,
that's hard.
Is it only kicked off whenever we have a lot of people? Has
Not
it happened when it's just a
necessarily.
couple of us?
I think there was only 4 or 5 of us once, and this is the 3rd time it's happened. And I think it was just about like it is right now. And I would see somebody, it would say they were logging in, but no picture would ever come up in the avatar area, usually. And then they sometimes they'd play some kind of music that was so distorted you couldn't tell what it was, or other times just you'd see them show up and then disappear, and bang, the signal would go dead. Guess everybody would drop off one at a time.
Yeah, they would just kick us off. I'd get a message saying you're no longer allowed in this circle.
Yeah,
Like
and
that.
some of the guys that did get back in, because I just sat here instead of starting a new stream, and after a while, a few of the guys came back in, but said that it had taken them 5 or 6 tries to get logged in.
Yeah, I just figured when I couldn't get back in, I just figured you was going to be shutting down, restarting your computer. So I just waited until I could get back in.
Yeah.
I only tried twice.
Yeah, Mike says it's just some hacker guy. But maybe we need a stronger password on the administrative side. I'll ask Sparky about that.
Yeah, the person seems to have some sort of administrative power to knock us off. You know, they actually blocked us off. They blocked me out. So I imagine that's some sort of administrative pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. I got bumped off like 3 times, and then I just shut down until I got the notification that Rusty had restarted. And then I went on and I got right on, but kept getting that error message that an error has occurred.
Yeah.
Weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Mike says it didn't boot him, but the thing is, the YouTube feed keeps going because I'm still live. The camera's still on me, and it keeps recording me without y'all, and it doesn't kick me off. And so,
yeah,
I looked the other night, and there was about 5 minutes of me trying to figure out what the hell was going on and not saying anything. And actually, I went in and edited that out. But so it's just kicking y'all off, not me.
Yeah, just kicking off the bottom feeders.
Yep.
So, repping the 027 lead outs is tough on my fingers. Maybe if I made myself a little spooling tool, it would be easier. I wouldn't have to hold it for so long anyway. The flying lines aren't so hard to wrap, but the lead outs, the 027s, that's what I put on my planes anyway. Yeah, they're really stiff and really make my fingers sore after I wrap them up. So I usually end up swaging them. Wayne's got a real swaging tool, so we do it with that. And I hadn't had any trouble with them. They hold on pretty tight. I'd prefer to wrap them.
Yeah, that's what I do. I wrap my lead outs.
Yeah. I usually get them about right. You know, I just put a Sharpie mark where I want at the center of the back of the thimble, and then do my best to hold it there while I get it wrapped and started.
You know, Alan Parrott, I think his name is.
Yeah, in Louisiana.
I don't know where he's from, but he has a really interesting jig just for terminating lead outs. It was in Stunt News. If you're interested, I can maybe email to you. I can find it and email it to you. It's a nice jig for me to make. And I'm also been meaning to make the jig that Tom Morris uses or makes.
They gave those out as trophies in Huntersville for the first place winners this past May.
That's a nice prize.
Nice trophy.
That's a nice prize, yes. I would love to have one.
Yeah, that's a nice trophy.
I took pictures of him, when I was at Brodax, because he had his shop there. Tom Morris had his shop, so I was taking pictures of it, and then I saw one that another guy made at a big contest out here in California, and he allowed me to take pictures of his too. So I got enough documentation to make it. It's just a matter of priorities, you know.
Yeah, I took pictures of some of Jim Lee's stuff too, like the little wrapping jig you're using.
Yeah, I've seen that with the clothesline clip and everything. It looks interesting.
What size copper wire do you use for wrapping? Like 28?
26.
26?
Yeah, I think it's around 26. You know what?
Yeah, mine's 26.
You know what? I actually find the wire, the same size wire off these motors.
Those little cheap electric motors, yes.
Yeah.
And
That's where I got mine.
I just here's I cut this off.
Yeah.
And so that's about the right size. And this is off of a motor.
Yep.
So it doesn't cost me anything. You know, people throw away things all the time, and as a motor, I want to see what size wire it has on it, and I just reuse it.
Now, when I wrap things that are in the control system that I'm going to solder, I take a piece of sandpaper and take the outer coating off of that wire, because it's got an insulated coating on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like lacquer or something.
Yeah. So I always take that off before soldering.
Yeah.
A little bit of heat and like a liquid flux, like the flux that comes with Stay Bright, man, it just cooks it right off. You can solder.
Yeah.
When I terminate my wires, I actually don't use any solder. I just
yeah, just wrap it. Yeah.
I wrap it, and I'll just put a little dot of CA, thin CA on there.
Yeah.
Kicker, and then that's it. And then I will
and
actually.
I've got 2-color wire. I've got the 2 colors, so I do the red on my upline.
Yeah, as soon as
and I have the same on my lead outs because I'm dyslexic.
I understand. I do put a little piece of black shrink tube on the up line, and I make lines for people. I sell them, and it's a little ongoing joke I have for them is I'll tell them when I hand them the lines. Now remember, black is up. This is not the black is up.
Yeah.
I take a Sharpie and mark mine black on the upline.
Yeah.
All right.
It comes off, but you can tell it was.
Hey, listen, look, save your old videotape. Rusty will tell you, save your old videotape.
I was listening.
I'm going to create a video. I'm going to send you guys a video. You aren't going to believe it. I think I'm going to get 3 or 4 laps before the tape gets cut. And this tape hangs up there on 70-foot lines, man. You can't believe it.
Wow, yeah, I'd like to see that. Yeah, I was actually listening to that call when you talked about that. Or maybe I was on the call. I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've had some friends of mine that are RC guys that they're the Phantom guys. They're on there right now, and I don't know why they don't sign up because they I don't want anybody to know I'm listening to that control line stuff. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Well,
but yeah, they're telling me it picks up negative ions as it travels through the air, and then it's discharged like static electricity, and that's the crackling that we hear.
That's
because we hear, yeah. Anyway, you have to see it. If you fly at dusk and it's somewhat dry out, you'll see it clear as day.
Wow.
I mean, you will see it. Yeah.
I got to try that. Now, how much do you usually? You said one day you took off and realized.
Yeah, my buddy. That's the last time I flew. He didn't. I told him. I said,
unwound the whole thing, the whole tape.
Yeah, he just taped on the whole spool. It wasn't until I was on my 3rd time around I saw this. It's a translucent spool. I saw it bouncing. I went, what the heck is that? Everybody's pointing and everything. So I accidentally cut it, but I had 3 loops out, and they stayed out pretty much for the whole flight.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty interesting.
You have to see it. We've got to get it videotaped.
What kind of plane did you have that tied to?
Well, see, that's it. I had it on, like I told you, there's only two, and Sean Shug's got the other one. It's the custom-built kind of a combat cat voodoo thing I created for the 46 LA.
A twin boom type stabilizer?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Made my own airfoil and everything. It's nice. I mean,
I wonder
I
if
fly
my little
mine on
Satan would have
70
enough
foot.
power to do that.
Yeah, I fly mine on 70, and Sean Emery flew it on 60s.
Wow.
Yeah, wow, is right. Anyway, I guess it's sort of like those half-a 16-year-old winner, you know. I mean, wow, you know. Too much for me.
What you standing on, Jamie? That fuselage?
Elevator for the Galaxy.
Nice plane.
It's all right.
Yeah. I don't remember the Galaxy. Besides Wingspan is that Galaxy.
Man, let me look at the box.
It's 50 something, I think. 50.
Okay.
Yeah, 45.
Oh, 45.
45. Okay.
I mean, this is the Brodak. I don't know if they might have scaled it down or anything.
Yeah, I think that's probably the size.
But I'm going to put an India 29 on it, so hopefully it'll...
Nice, very nice. Yeah, Enyas are nice motors too. Very, very reliable. Guys say they're heavy, but I don't know.
I've got an
You know how
that I've never flown.
right now.
I've got an
They're
Indy
solid
35
motors.
that I'd love to fly sometime, but never have put it on a plane. It's got a plastic black square Venturi on it.
All right.
Yeah, I remember those.
21 sounds familiar, but I don't know if that's the number or not.
You ought to get a profile shoestring or something for it.
Man,
It's got a profile shoestring. It's got a Max S35 on it.
That's a nice one.
Well, I've got a Sterling P51 that is yet to be built. Maybe it'd go on that good. I've got a Yak 9, which is its mate in slow combat, and it's got a Fox 35 on it.
Yeah, yeah. I've got a that Mustang with flaps, Fox 35, but of course I scrapped the landing gear. So,
But that Mustang, maybe that's probably a good engine for that, Enya. I'll try that out.
yeah.
Hey, dang, I had a great idea finally.
I want a shoestring. That's on my bucket list of planes to get.
Profile?
Yes. Oh, yes.
It's a nice little plane. I like it.
Yeah, mine's an old Goldberg kit, actually.
That's what mine is too. Yeah.
It's tough as nails, too. It got me through learning beginner, and it's still hanging in the shop, just as pretty as ever. Except the luster coat spider web, but what the fuck.
Yeah, I love Goldberg kits. I was sorry to see them go. I mean, I was a Cub Scout and got taken to the Goldberg factory. And Carl Goldberg, what a gentleman he was.
We might
gave
be
us-
about to get cut off again, so.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so just keep that in mind.
Anyway, he gave us a choice of kits. I mean,
Really?
you know, there must have been 20 of us in this bus that went up there
Wow.
or down there.
You pick.
Yeah, very cool.
What did you pick, Terry?
Oh, I picked a Little Satan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Smart man.
love them.
Smart man.
Yep. And yeah, I built a bunch of those combat kittens. In fact, I got a couple that I fly occasionally right there. They're just hanging out here. I was just seeing.
There you go.
Yeah, just those are just with the old Cox. One with a Black Widow that's been reworked. And the other one's a reworked Texaco. It's got the supposed slide muffler on it, but I got it so modified it doesn't muffle much. You know. The thing
I
wouldn't
got a
run.
Black Widow that I reworked using the Paul Jabot mouse racer plan.
Oh yeah.
And it ran pretty good. I got it to spin up to 23,000 RPMs, I
Ooh.
believe.
Yeah, that's fast enough for me.
I don't know. Well, it wouldn't have held together that long, but that was on the bench too. So
Yeah.
but we on Cox Engine forums, we have a tack race every winter just to break up the monotony, and somebody volunteers. We all send our Cox engines to them and see who can turn the fastest revs.
Wow, that's kind
We
of
have
neat.
different classes for mouse, unlimited, stock, TD, and it's a pretty fun little contest. We usually do it in I don't know, late winter.
Oh yeah,
Like
very cool. Very cool.
we've got a traveling engine right now. The TD010 is going around to member, and we'll video it.
Yeah, I
Whatever
think I
you do
saw a
with-
couple videos on that. And guys are putting it on whatever airplane they have, right?
Or just running it on the bench, or just
yeah.
holding it up and taking a picture of it somewhere, whatever they feel like doing.
That's cool.
Yeah, we've done several of those. Right now it's a TD010. Before it's been some sort of what was it? An 049 of some sort, I forget. Yeah, we did a TD049 once. This guy on the forum bought a TD049 off of eBay that had been encased in a cube of Lexan, or
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know, whatever that clear poly.
Acrylic, yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And so he soaked it in acetone for weeks and finally liberated it. I mean, the crankcase was full and everything, but that's the engine he cleaned up, and we used his Cox engine for him, traveling engine, one year.
God, that's wild.
When it got to me, you know how I like to fly TDs, just screaming all over the sky. Well, I put it on my little Satan, but I screwed it onto a backplate, a radial backplate that I use, and you don't have to take it off the plane. You just unscrew the TD and screw another one on. Well, I didn't like the position the cylinder was sitting, just for the sake of taking pictures and all. So I made a paper gasket and put it between the backplate and the crankcase, and damned if I didn't get a shitty run. It must have had an air leak or something. So my traveling engine adventure with the TD was crap, a crap flight. I mean, it flew, but it was just wham, 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 you know.
Yeah, not a consistent run. Yeah.
Not a typical rusty rip.
What do you think an 020 would do on a combat kitten? You think you'd make it nice and slow?
How much does a kitten weigh?
Oh, I don't know.
They don't weigh much.
They don't feel like much of anything.
4 or 5 ounces?
Maybe.
Yeah, they almost don't have a spar. It's just like a notched. Well, it is a spar, but it's real thin. But they, once you get them covered, they hold their shape real well. That's a nice little plane, man.
Yeah, I mean, I like it.
I've heard of them. I've never had one though.
Frankly,
it
turns better than the little Satan. It'll outturn that little Satan all day long.
Yeah, my little Satan doesn't do an impressive turn.
No, that combat kitten outturns it all day long.
Yeah.
Rusty, what you need to do, you need to get a hold of Pat King, send him your $30, and get you a combat kitten.
Okay, I'll do that.
I built it.
What is he building? Is it a 35 ship, or what size motor?
Was that
What size motor is that kit?
049?
Oh, 049. Cool.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
the little kitten.
Yeah.
Makes that.
And I mean, it's all laser cut. Like I said, in about 2
Yeah.
hours.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
Too much
I got half a rib missing. What the hell? Okay.
That's it. What a beautiful
Daryl,
little
you've been
shape.
here with us for a few minutes. How you doing, Daryl?
Not bad, you.
Pretty good. We had a little spammer problem earlier. Had to restart the stream, but I guess you might have, I don't know if you noticed that or not.
Yeah, I've seen the 2 postings for.
Yeah, we got to figure out if there's some kind of protection against that. So I'll talk to Sparky about it.
Hey, if any of you guys want to build one of these larger combat ships that I have, I'll get Rusty or Sparky the plans. You guys can have them. It builds easy. I mean, I did use a pre-shaped leading edge, but you don't have to. You can use, square stock and just notch it. And I use the, I super glue hacksaw blades together, like 3 of them, to get my notching tool to notch the leading edge for the ribs.
Okay.
Yeah.
What width is that? That sounds like an 8 or 3/32.
Yeah, 3/32. Yeah. I being as it's a 46 ship, and you can either build like the Strega where it's got, I think, too many ribs.
Yeah.
Or you can build where there's not enough. And I think I hit plus it's a cap stripped wing. And a lot of guys don't like cap strips, but I like a D-tube cap strip wing. I'm
about to do my first one with the Cardinal. I've never done one before.
Builds a beautiful wing. Less flutter. The bays, like if you can, everybody's putting cameras on everything, and it's the do you guys know what holds the speed record in the RC aviation world?
No.
It's a sailplane. It's over 540 miles an hour.
Slope soaring. That's awesome. I mean, it's downright scary how fast those things go.
Yeah, dynamic soaring, DS.
Yes.
There's lots of YouTube videos.
That is so incredible. I couldn't believe it the first time I saw that.
You've got to build composite and vacuum bag, or you cannot play in that arena. No,
it'll just shake itself apart.
It'd blow it up. I've blown up so many. So I've got a new one, and the wings are built out of that blue refrigeration foam. I think it's 6.5 pound foam, and I guess that's what it takes to crush it with a somewhat rounded, not pointed, but a rounded object.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's that, and then it's lots of carbon fiber and tow in the spar area, and 2 layers of 2-ounce cloth, and it's all bagged with like a Mylar skin, so that when you pull this thing apart, in fact, you paint the Mylar, like you build it in reverse. You paint the Mylar. That's going to be the outer skin of the wing.
Mm-hmm.
So we use Rust-Oleum, and you paint it, and then you just start laying up on the Mylar, and that goes over the foam. It's all bagged together, and then you cut your controls free. You've got them pre-hinged with Kevlar that's already built into the wing, because you can't use hinges. They rip out. You got to have a gapless hinge thing.
Wow.
Yeah, and you can't use tape. You got to use Kevlar hinge. So a live hinge.
Interesting.
But check out the videos. It's amazing. I mean, people will come, like, fly at this. We have this place that's south of here, and the nickname is Mount Trashmore. because it is. Parts. Listen, it's South Florida, man. There's no mountains down here. It's a trash mound that they've sodded over, and they've got bike tracks on it and stuff, and it's huge.
It's literally Mount Trash.
Yeah, so we fly off that, and you got to go there when, like, believe it or not, it's good when a hurricane's coming and you have the squalls blowing in 2 days before the hurricane comes. That's when it's the best. But
I'm going to have to go watch some of those videos. It's been a long time.
Or you got to go, I've had some pretty good soaring. There's like a group of guys up by Linville Gorge, and that's where Shug does a lot of camping with his one friend Hickory, if you watch any of his very entertaining videos.
I'm the Maple King.
I'm the Maple King. Yeah, that's the guy. But there are some areas down there that you can get some really pretty good dynamic soaring in.
Tell me the name of it again. I can look on YouTube.
Look for DS speed record.
VS
D.
D. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, always looking for new entertainment on the tube.
Durango Sierra. Yeah.
I wonder what happened to Steve. He was in trying to get in, but didn't quite make it. Steve Hines. Yeah, Minnesota Mike told me he was on, and then a minute later he popped up with just an avatar, but no Steve.
Oh, I tell you what, I just threaded one of these damn couplers into this 440 ball link. It's in there. It's in there.
I usually start mine with a tap. I don't tap it all the way in, but just to get it started, I take a 440 tap and cut some starter threads.
Me too.
Man, I can't even turn it to loosen it.
No, it's tight as shit.
Oh, yeah. I like that, though.
I have tapped them all the way in, and they're still plenty tight.
I don't know how much I trust these ball links.
Is that one of the black Dubros?
Yeah. Yep. The 440.
Yeah, those are my favorite ones. They're super free moving, too. Somebody told me that they'd started making them stiff, but I hadn't had any stiff ones. I've been getting Great Plains brand lately. They're those white ones. They're a little wimpier looking, but I think they're up for the job. But they're inexpensive, and I hadn't been able to get the Dubros and the size packs that I want. Some of the Great Plains stuff is pretty good.
Finally got my, I say finally, it didn't take long. I got it last week. My, the left hand and the right hand couplers and the carbon rod. RSM. Pretty nice stuff, man.
Yeah. You mean the kind where all you got to do is turn the rod and it brings the controls closer together or farther apart?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a nifty way to do it, and that's what I'm going to do on my Firecat.
Looks like Terry's having problems. He keeps coming in and out on us. You there, Terry? Nah. Technical problems on Terry's end.
Thankfully, I ain't got to go to work till noon tomorrow, and got a 7-hour drive to Corpus Christi. So I get to stay up late and party.
Hey, Wally.
How you guys tonight?
Hello, Wally.
Pretty good. Round 2 is a little livelier than round 1.
Yeah, I just barely. I've been watching a movie.
There we go.
Okay, Terry's back. You having technical difficulties, Terry?
Well, yeah, my phone was running out of power, so it went to that low battery mode, and that doesn't like it.
Well, Wally Haskett just joined us.
There we go.
Yeah, Wally, we got knocked off by spammers earlier. Had to restart.
I wonder what. I wonder if that's the same guy that did it last time we was on here.
If it is, he did. If it is, he had a different name. But I think I'll have to talk to Sparky and see what we can do about it to clamp down on this. I don't want to restrict people from coming in because, you know, that would eliminate a lot of potential audience. We got few enough as it is.
That or can you make it password protected to where, you know, if people want to get in, they have to ask you for the password?
Either that or just post the password in the Stunt Hanger thread, because spammers who are knocking us off wouldn't pick it up there, I don't think, except for I just said it right here on live TV, so that was kind of dumb. I want mouth off any other ideas that I do come up with.
But they would have to physically go over there and be registered.
Yeah, that's right.
So that'd be a
Yeah,
way.
Sparky. That's why Sparky didn't want me to post this on the open forum in the first place, so we put it in the at the bench forum within Stunt Hanger.
Oh yeah, you have to be registered to see that part.
Yeah. I don't think everybody that comes in on video with us is a member of Stunt Hanger. You don't have to be. I guess you just got to be. You don't even have to be subscribed to Stunt Hanger YouTube channel.
You just have to be on.
Yeah.
Hey, Charles.
Hey, Wally, what's up, man?
Not much. How's everything?
Everything's doing well. I have a contest coming up this weekend, trying to get ready for that.
Right on.
Oh,
man. Yeah, I was going to go flying Friday night and then didn't get hooked up with anybody to go. And I had a buddy call and says, I want to go to dinner. I'll buy you dinner. I said, okay. His wife was going out of town. So he says, I got a free night of being a bachelor. Let's go.
Let's do it. Yeah.
So we did that. And then I haven't had a chance. Saturday was a family reunion. And yesterday the wind was blowing 40 miles an hour. And today it was all rainy and everything here. So I'm hoping that I can go tomorrow or Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm hoping for Thursday.
I want to fly some planes.
Hell, y'all want to see my flight yesterday?
What's that, James?
Y'all want to see my one flight from yesterday?
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, Wally, I put a YouTube video of me flying out the other day, too.
I seen it.
Oh, did you? Kind of hard to see the plane. The guy was pointing the camera at me more than he was pointing it at the plane.
Yeah, I did see that, though.
Now, this one's going to be a little hard to follow because I got it running through my GoPro. But
all right.
All right, we good.
That's a nice job on that Ringmaster.
Arf.
Looks real nice.
Ow, I hate doing that.
Bam. I'm fat, so I'm never in a rush.
I hear you. I follow you on that one.
That's funny.
Get the ankles tied up.
Is it coming in clear to where y'all could actually see it?
It's good.
Yeah, this looks good to me. It's jumpy, choppy, but it's still clear. Yeah. That little LA is pretty sweet. That's LA 25, right?
Yeah, and that's with the Uniflow tank. I finally put a Uniflow on it.
Oh yeah.
Nice, nice loop. Not bad bottoms there.
Oh, it's about to get ugly, I promise. It's about to get ugly. I was trying to go for a square, but man, once it goes vertical and I pull it again, it just loops around.
You're pulling it again too soon. You need to go up way higher before you pull over to the horizontal leg.
You see, I forgot to do the figure eights going up over here, so I'm about to try the overhead right here. Oh yeah, I definitely need work with the overhead, but I mean the lines went slack, like it was just like nothing, you know.
Yeah.
How long the lines you running?
58. That's why I'm thinking I need to use a 9.5 prop instead of a 9.4, or needle in a little bit.
Yeah, I would definitely use a 9.45.
I'm not sure I agree with that, but I would definitely move the lead outs around, try forward. But hell, try backward if that doesn't work. Wow.
See, I tried to do a vertical 8 right there at the end of the 3 loops, and it just wouldn't do it. Last time I flew it before, I had no problems. I had all,
It's just when it gets to 45 degrees, it starts to get loose on you. Is that when it starts?
Yeah, about pretty much.
Have you had anybody watch it while you fly level and check the wing?
Yeah, they all said it's fine. But the thing of it is, this handle I'm using is a Tom Morris handle, and I'm still trying to get used to it. I don't know. It's a totally different animal than the other handles that I've used before.
Was that an hourglass you just did?
No, that was a figure 8. I want to be figure 8. My figure 8s happen to be they go a little wide, so the intersection ain't really tight.
How fast is it flying?
I don't know. It's about to lean out and die. But on average, usually it's in between like 5.4 to 5.7.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it might be. I think you want to be moving faster than that. Ringmasters have to fly fast with their narrow wing. So the prop idea might be, I might change my mind and say I do agree with that.
Oh, going with a 9.5?
Yeah, I'd try that.
On the pitch a little.
Yeah, because I mean I've used it before, and it was just just faster than what I cared for. Now I could kind of handle the speed a little bit more, But the field I was flying at was still all wet and soggy from rain the day before, and every step I was just sloshing around.
Yeah.
And I just did that one flight and packed it up and went home.
Well, at least you got a GoPro to record, some flights. I'm going to see if I can get a hold of one. My youngest son has one. I don't know if he'll let go of it or not.
Look, this is what I did. I got the GoPro Session, and watch, I'm going to take it out right here. And this is all it is. Just a little box.
Wow.
$150.
So
Damn.
how'd you mount that? Do it with just a strap or what?
I got the head mount,
Okay.
but what I got on eBay is this giant old case with all kind of different straps and mounts and all kind of stuff for like $25.
Sweet.
It's some cheap Chinese made stuff. In other words, it ain't gonna last very long.
Well, you don't know. It might.
But I mean, it's done exceptionally well for me. For I got the chest mount for when I'm fishing. So you could like see me like catch a bass, casting, reeling in and whatnot. And but that's the first time I used a head mount. And what the thing with that one is, if you got a smartphone, you get the app. You turn on. You say like you're out in the middle of a field, like I was. I could turn on my hotspot on my phone, and then turn on the wireless on the GoPro, and then I can look at it on my phone to see how the camera's positioned, if I need to go up, go down, and then just hit record and go.
Sweet. Huh.
Now, I'm still learning the editing program for the GoPro. Is like a whole different animal compared to the Windows Movie Maker that I normally use. And when I try to convert the video over to use the Windows Movie Maker, it comes out all distorted and choppy.
Yeah, you got to stay with the GoPro one.
Yeah.
My son and I, my son does a lot more free diving than I do, but we've got the Heroes, and he just got a new one, and man, they're awesome. He's got one, he puts it on his spear gun.
Mm-hmm.
And, it. But the editing system, once you work with it a little bit, it's not too bad. And knowing the adjustments of the camera.
Yeah. It's just what I like, because I could go through the settings through my phone when I'm still tapped in through Wi-Fi on it. And
That's
I can
sweet.
go to fisheye or wide or set the different
That's sweet.
1080 or all the different settings. If I want to just take a picture, man, I can do it off of my phone.
That's cool.
I got Charles locked in this picture of wrapping his line, so he's got his big doctor glasses on and everything.
Yeah.
That's because I can't see.
Looks like you're wrapping a fly to go fishing with. James, you guys have to hook up.
Yeah,
Did he lock in for y'all when I clicked on him?
No, but I clicked on him. Well, one thing about it, James, that motor run, that's a real good motor run you had right there.
Well, see, that's the first time I ran it, actually flew with the Uniflow tank. I had a regular 3-ounce wedge, medium wedge tank on there, and it would go great. But the problem of it is when I start doing, say like a vertical 8 or be at the top of a loop or go with the outside, it would lean out bad. And it would just take off and doing its own thing, and it would never come back. So I mean, so far that one flight with that Uniflow, I like it. But I think I just need some tweaking with the the prop or the lead outs, something.
Well, you can run your lead outs back a little bit, and it'll help you with your line tension, but it'll move your center of gravity if that's depends on how your CG is right now. If you can go back a little bit, it'll be a little more nose heavy.
The CG is pretty spot on.
Yeah, I think I would leave the lines where they're at. I think first thing I'd do is change to a 9.5 prop and see if you can get a little more speed. And a little more speed will tighten them lines up.
Yeah, because I didn't add nothing to it when I checked the CG. I had one of the guys at the field check it. I picked it up, at the wingtips. I guess I forget how far back it is off the leading edge, and it just held. He's like, go with it. And I've never added nothing to it. And I think I got a 3/4 ounce tip weight.
Yeah, that sounds like should be spot on for that size of plane.
And like if you watch my, I put up the maiden video the other like last week or whatever on my YouTube. And the first flight, my lap times were like almost 7 seconds or something. And he's sitting there hollering at me while I'm flying. Don't do anything. I'm flying too slow.
Yeah, I wish I could fly 7-second laps and then still have a stunt airplane, that'll still do it.
Yeah.
Everybody wants slow airplanes,
On the next flight, we needled in a little bit, and it did good.
Good.
But now that I got that Super Tiger, and I got 2 more LA-25s. I got that Shark 402 to build, to put a 25 in. Got the Firecat to put a 25 in.
Yeah, I like that Shark 402. I've got one started. The only thing I changed on mine is I'm not real big on that single landing gear.
Yeah.
That's the only change up on it. Otherwise, it's a nice plane, a good trainer plane. I fly mine just to practice up before I jump on my Franken twist or whatever.
How you like them? That thing came with 8 little balsa blocks for the tips. You got to sand down.
Yeah.
When I opened up the kit, I seen that. I'm like, what the hell this is for?
Well, it's an old style kit.
But at least it's good balsa in it. It was sand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now that Cardinal kit I've got, it's got blocks that I have to sand into the wheel pants.
A number 26 Exacto. And you can resharpen those things so you can shave with them. Believe me.
Yeah. Number 26, huh?
Yeah. It's about 3 inches, 4 inches long.
Well,
I got one right here.
I'll write that on my notepad too.
Let me show it to you.
And get this, I just sold my RSM Ringmaster, and then a buddy of mine bought me the freaking ultralight Ringmaster that Mike Griffin just came out with. I'm
nice
like, I'm
kit,
tired of Ringmasters.
Nice plane.
What size lines you working on, Charles?
15s.
60 foot?
This is going to be 61, eyelet to eyelet.
So how do you measure your lines, Charles?
Oh, I have a tape measure.
Oh yeah.
I stake the thimble. I stake it on one end, and I also stick the tape measure. And I run out to the. I have a long driveway out here, and I will put some tape on the concrete, lay the lines on top of that, take a Sharpie, and then go right across that line. I pull them both tight. I usually will measure them both at the same time. So right now I'm just doing one line here, and then I will grab another. I usually have 2 spools. So I make 2 eyelets out, and I go out and measure it, then I cut it, give myself extra 2 feet, and then like someone said, I put the line right in the back of the eyelet, and I get him nuts on.
Well, very nice.
Yeah.
Took some practice, but it works, and I buy my lines from MBS Supply. I like those better than the ones that are on eBay. That one guy, here's one still. I'm going to use it because I have it. It's fly-by-wire. The guy on eBay sells it, fly-by-wire. It's not bad, but the stuff that MBS sells is better.
Mm-hmm.
And the stuff that Tom Morris sells is better, but Tom Morris is pretty expensive.
So what do you charge for a set of lines for like 70s?
I charge the same price that Tom Morris charges.
Yeah.
I think Tom Morris charges 20.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
something like that.
Very fair. Yeah, that's very fair.
Yeah, I charge the same.
You see, I'm using a Tom Morris handle right now.
Oh, that's a nice one.
And the thing, I like it because of the finger grip. It's very comfortable, but I don't know.
Hold it up again, Jamie. Hold it up again, Jamie. Okay, yeah, that's not the same as mine, but
how does that compare to the Brodak handle?
I can't even tell you.
Yeah.
Never tried it.
That looks like a real good handle.
Me too. Does. Yeah. I'm
I
looking.
mean,
for
I
a
got
new
my
handle.
line spacing at 3 inches right now.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, it's
that's
like
pretty
the
full.
half A planes. You get pretty narrow
Yeah.
on the lines.
And I mean, I'm flying the Ringmaster with that. I know it should probably be at 4 inches, honestly.
What size bill crank you got?
Probably a
I
3.
think, I think Brodak probably uses a 3.
3
Yes,
inch.
you're
Yeah.
probably all right with a 3.
Yeah, it's 3 inch.
It's just, I mean, I like the handle because of the comfort, but I want to get a hard point.
What do you got it wrapped with?
Yeah, that's tennis tape that's on there.
Yeah.
I got this.
A
I got
hard
this.
point. A hard point handle will exacerbate your minor hand mistakes.
The
I'm
thing is,
not ready to go to a hard point yet. I don't think. I'll try one. I've got one that I've been meaning to try, but I think I make too many little wiggles in my flights that the cable handle covers up that a hard point handle would show.
Yeah, but
yeah. Because I got this one that a local guy makes.
Yeah.
That he gave me, and I mean, I like it because I handled a Ringmaster good with it, or good enough. I'm just not used to this one. It might be some of the spacing. Maybe I need to go up. Maybe I need to go down. I don't know.
Yeah. On mine, I had to move my upline all the way out as far as I could get from center, and then leave my downline where it was, which was about halfway. So I guess they're kind of offset.
Yeah, you have it biased.
My
Your handle's biased. I had mine kind of biased too. Here's my handle. This is a Brodak handle.
You've got yours kind of set up the way I've.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. One of those hard
A
points.
handle like that is something I want to get.
Here's my upside, and you can see it's biased. That's because my outside maneuvers turn quicker than
Which
my.
side's your upside? Let me see. Okay.
Say again? This is the up
Which one's
side,
the-
this is the downside.
Okay. Yeah. That's how I have mine set up. Sort of like that.
My outsides turn a lot quicker, so I wanted to slow down my outsides and speed up my insides.
Yeah,
So
because you can put more elbow motion into your into one side than you can in the other. So, and for my case, with it, I hold the handle backwards. Of course, that's my upside. So I have to. I was rotating my hand over upside down, and I realized I was pulling in too to get more up, and I shouldn't have to roll my hand over to get more up, and I was screwing my bottoms up royally. So when I moved it out, now I can pull full up elevator just like that without having to do this business and introduce all kinds of wobbling into it.
right.
I should have done that a long time ago, because it's made in 2 excursions to the field, it's made the biggest leap in the quality of my bottoms as
Wow.
I've had the whole time I've been flying.
Wow. That might
If you watch
translate
any of
to
my
higher
videos, I
scores.
have terrible bottoms.
That probably translate into higher scores.
It damn sure will. I can just keep standing up. I tried it about 20 feet trying to not fall down the other day. I almost did. It was after I exited the clover. I just completely lost my shit and couldn't get my balance, and I finally stumbled around and got it. That was twister. I'd have been so pissed if I'd wrecked that twister again.
It would have been.
Yeah, I thought you did pretty good though. Looking at it, I thought you come out of that all right.
Yeah, you didn't see that one. I didn't have that one on camera.
Oh, that one wasn't on there, huh?
No. That was the same day, though. It was my first flight that day, and I just completely, and I had to bail out of overhead 8s on 2 flights because I felt like I was going to do it again. So my legs are just not up to snuff after so long of being knocked down from flying, and they're feeling better now. And so I think a few more expeditions, and I'll have my strength built back up, and I won't have that problem.
Well, I didn't tell you what I did. I did here about 3 weeks ago. I had a number 11 X-Acto blade down in my basement to change into one of my knives, and I dropped it on the floor and forgot about it. Well, I walked over to get some tools out of my little toolbox, and anyway, somehow my foot snagged that knife blade,
Oh,
tipped it up. It went through my foot or through my shoe into my foot.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
And I went and got to bed that night, and I turned all the lights off, and I noticed my sock was sticking to my foot. Well, the next morning I got up and seen the bottom of my sock was all dried up blood. So I thought, well, I did step on something. And so anyway, I looked at the bottom of my shoe and there was nothing there. I looked in my shoe and I had a knife blade sticking through it about 5/8 of an inch,
Oh.
which went right into my foot. See, and the thing is I've had 4 back operations and I've got so much scarring back there, it's ruined the feeling of my foot. And then I've got type 2 diabetes, so I've got neuropathy going on. So my feet are about gone. And I didn't even feel it. And it went into the side of my foot on the inside, and I'm really lucky it went in there because anywhere else would have probably hit a vein or a bone or something.
yeah.
So I had to go to the doctor and have him look at it and get a tetanus shot, and they did all kinds of blood tests to see if I had any infection, because it was 3 days after that I finally went into the doctor.
No, man.
And,
Wow.
well, now I'm into my 4th week and it's all healed up. It looks real good now, but they had me go in every week so they could look at that, make sure my foot was healing. I was really concerned about that with this diabetes crap.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, when you told me about that, I was kind of worried about it because that's pretty serious. You never know what kind of bugs you could be getting that might eat you up from bottom to top these days.
Yeah, the doctor thought I broke the knife blade inside my foot. He wanted to get an x-ray, and I said, I've got the blade.
Geez.
I'll show it to you. I showed it to him, and the whole blade was there. I says, I'm not worried about the blade being broke. It went straight up into the bottom of that my shoe. And the doctor's like, you can't make this stuff up, you know. It was crazy. It's the weirdest thing that I think's ever happened to me. So I'm ready to go. I got my planes already, other than one. I got my Nobler downstairs. I had to make a new Venturi for it the other day. I've got that done, and I put a new Fox needle valve system in it that I've rounded up, and I've got to paint my cowling and put it on there, and it'll be ready to go. I had to cover a bunch of holes and stuff in my cowling because I changed engines and changed the way the setup was. So I had a bunch of holes I wanted to get filled in, and they're all done now. So I've got to sand it. I just got to get it painted. I'll paint that first thing in the morning, and a few days that'll be all done, finished, ready to go again. I've flown that airplane, but I wanted to fly it with this Fox 40. I think it'll have a little more juice than the other one had because it was a bushing. So I'm pretty excited about getting that one up.
I bet. This
I
is
want
a
to try making a Venturi out of some kind of plastic, just for the hell of it.
Duraline. Yeah, Duraline.
Yeah. You can even buy them with that stuff. This aluminum bar right here is a 3/4 square, and I've got some in my basement that are 3/4 round. And anyway, I made that one out of square because it's got a square intake mounting on it that I had to, sand this. And well, what I did was I filed it and everything, and then I rounded it and got a fit. And the only thing is, I wish I would have made it about a 1/4 inch longer, but what I've got will work real fine. It'll work real good.
The only thing I have is a drill press, so I'd have to get a plastic dowel or something and cut a hunk off and chuck it in the drill press and see if I could shape it like that.
You know what I did with mine was what I did with this was I centered it. You can center it, and then I drilled the pilot hole down through it as far as I could go. And then my intake, I think, was 312. So I drilled a 312 drill bit through it. And then what I did was I cut it off long Then I put a real long 1/4 inch bolt in it. And what I had to do with the 1/4 inch was shim it to where, because, you know, with a 312 at a 250, you've got a slop in there. So I shimmed it so it took up the slop. And then I actually put that, you could put that in the drill press and run it real fast. And I've got a grinder, you know, an angle grinder, and I scribed on it where I wanted it round. Well, anyway, I finally got it round, and then where I wanted it square, I took and I just put that in the vise and filed that to where I got the size that I wanted. Then I fit it in my manifold in my engine, and it fit perfect. I couldn't believe it. It just really nice.
Yeah.
So anyway, then I cut it off. When I cut it off, instead of cutting it long and working it down, I just cut it off. And anyway, it's a good thing I didn't cut it off any farther down, because, like I say, I wish I would have cut it a 1/4 inch higher so it is a 1/4 inch longer. But it turned out pretty nice, you know, for doing a hand job like that. And anyway, it'll work all right. And I did it that way because with Fox going out of business and stuff, and, you know, I don't know if you can find that intake being square anywhere. And, you know, Shutterman's got a pretty good amount of Venturis on his site that you can buy on eBay. In fact, you could probably even call him, but I've got some that we've had machined down, me and my son. He's got a machinist where he's in his business, and they've turned them to where, you know, they'll fit in the round hole, and then you can, you know, drill your hole through it through your needle valve assembly or for your pinch bolt, you know, to hold them on. And, you know, and they work them pretty nice, so you can get rid of those, you know, like most of my engines I'm buying are radio control engines.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not set up quite the same as a real 2-stroke or a 2 or a U control, because you control the timings a little bit different.
Yeah.
And I think that's on your exhaust port. I'm not really sure, but
That's right.
you know, these
deck, I
run
think,
really
on
good.
the exhaust port.
But, you know, I was looking on the OS website between the LA40 and the LA45, and they run the same. They're all the same parts other than the piston and the sleeve. And then I went into the LA46 between the radio control one and the control line, and they're all the same parts. It's got the same piston, same sleeve, everything. It's all numbered the same.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is the carburation stuff.
Right. That's right.
How's it going there, Charles? You working on your last one yet?
It's coming. Haven't done this in a while, so I'm a little out of practice, and my setup is not as good as I normally have it set up. I normally have it it's really tight. You know, there's no spring in the wire that wrap it. It's coming. It's coming.
Guys, I'm getting tired.
All right. All righty. What?
Well,
That's
I
cool.
appreciate all y'all coming in, especially, you know, for coming back for round 2. I think we were a little more relaxed and grooving with our conversations better in round 2.
Yeah.
So anyway, thanks for everybody that watched on YouTube.
Yeah, thanks for your efforts.
Yeah, you bet.
Thank you, Rusty. We appreciate it.
Yep, thanks.
Sure thing, man. I'm loving it, and I will see y'all again Friday. And if you like us, you know, give us a thumbs up on YouTube, and if you really like us, click that super chat $sign down there under the YouTube chat. I'd appreciate a little walking around change, and Sparky for his efforts and equipment. So until we see y'all on Friday, let's have fair winds, tight lines, and we will see you. Good night.
Good night.
See you guys.
Guys. Adios.
Adios, amigos.